Hey gay men, let's talk. If you've ever been told you're too much, too clingy, too intense, this one's for you. If you are constantly second-guessing yourself in relationships, waiting anxiously for texts, or feeling like you always care more than the other guy, you're not broken. But you are probably anxiously attached. And if that's true, you need to hear some hard facts. Not because I want to call you out, but because I want to call you into your own awareness, into your own healing. So today, I am breaking down 3 brutal but necessary truths that every gay man with anxious attachment needs to understand if he ever wants to feel secure in love. Truth number 1, your clinginess isn't about love, it's protest behavior. Let's get honest. When you spiral over a late text, blow up someone's phone, or shapeshift into the version of yourself you think they want just to keep them close, that's not romantic. It's not passion. It's not love. That's protest. That's your nervous system throwing a tantrum because it feels like the connection is slipping, and it doesn't know how to handle the uncertainty. And this probably isn't new. A lot of gay men learned early on that connection was fragile. Maybe love was conditional at home. Maybe you had to hide your feelings or be the version of yourself that kept the peace. Maybe you fell in love with straight boys and lived in the ache of being invisible. So now, when someone you're into doesn't immediately reassure you, your body goes into overdrive. You protest. You reach out. Not because you want to connect, but because you're afraid. Afraid that silence means rejection, that space means abandonment, that the second you stop trying, they'll disappear. But here's the thing. When you're anxiously attached, you mistake anxiety for chemistry. You think the butterflies mean it's real. But a lot of the time, that nervous buzz in your chest is your trauma talking. It's not love, it's survival mode. And if you don't recognize that, you'll keep chasing people who trigger your anxiety because it feels familiar. But familiarity isn't the same as safety. It's just repetition. And if all you've ever known is chaos, then peace will feel boring, even when it's exactly what you need. Truth number 2, you confuse being chosen with being safe. This one hits hard. So many gay men, especially those of us who spent years closeted or rejected or bullied, spend our adult lives just trying to be picked, to finally be the one someone wants, desires, and sees. And so we start to equate being chosen with being safe. We tell ourselves that if he likes me back, I'll finally be okay. But let me be clear. Being chosen doesn't mean you're being cared for. It doesn't mean the relationship is healthy. It doesn't mean your needs are being met. You can be chosen by someone who's emotionally unavailable. You can be wanted by someone who breadcrumbs you. You can be desired by someone who doesn't actually see you. But anxious attachment doesn't care. It just wants relief from the uncertainty. So it latches on. You start ignoring red flags. You make excuses. You talk yourself into crumbs because you'd rather have something than sit in the discomfort of waiting for someone who can actually meet you. And worse, you start adapting, over-functioning, monitoring their moods, trying not to rock the boat. Because if you lose them, it's not just a breakup, it feels like proof that you're unlovable, that you're the common denominator. But here's the truth. You're not too much. You're just trying to get someone to fill a void they didn't create. And when that happens, it's not a relationship. It's emotional outsourcing. If someone doesn't make you feel safe, consistently seen, and emotionally held, being chosen by them means nothing. You don't need to be picked. You need to be respected. You need to feel calm in your body when you're with them. If the connection is making you anxious more than it's making you feel whole, it's not the right connection. Truth number 3, you're not too much, but your inner child is driving the car. This one's a little deeper, and it's not about shaming yourself. It's about understanding who's actually showing up when you get triggered. Because when you're anxiously attached, it's rarely your adult self calling the shots. It's your inner child. That little gay boy who had to hide who he was, who was maybe punished for being sensitive, who got attention when he performed, and got ignored when he just was. That version of you is still in there. And when you date, especially when someone starts pulling away, he panics. He gets scared. He thinks, I must have done something wrong, or they're gonna leave, or I need to fix this immediately or I'll lose everything. So you start reacting from that place. You text too much. You apologize too fast. You abandon your boundaries just to maintain the connection. But here's the problem. That little kid doesn't know how to have an adult relationship. He's not supposed to. He's scared. He's longing for love. He needs safety. But if you don't recognize that he's the one in control, you'll keep expecting your partners to rescue you, to heal something that isn't theirs to heal. You'll keep reenacting old wounds, trying to get a new outcome. And even the most loving partner in the world can't fix that for you, because the safety you're craving can't be outsourced. It has to be built internally. That's what healing anxious attachment really is. Not becoming someone who doesn't need anyone, not pretending you're chill or low maintenance. It's becoming someone who can hold space for their own fear without handing it to someone else. When you start reparenting that younger self, when you start talking to him, calming him, creating your own sense of emotional safety, you stop needing every relationship to be a rescue mission. You stop clinging out of fear, and you start connecting out of confidence. So, here's the bottom line. Being anxiously attached doesn't mean you're broken. It means you adapted to love that felt unsafe. But those adaptations, clinginess, over-functioning, constant reassurance seeking, aren't working for you anymore. They are just keeping you in cycles of insecurity with people who often benefit from your lack of boundaries. And listen, you deserve more than that. You deserve love that doesn't require you to audition. You deserve connection that feels like home, not a test. So the work isn't to stop caring, it's to stop proving yourself. The work is to become so emotionally grounded that when someone pulls away, your first instinct isn't panic. It's presence. You breathe. You regulate. You respond, not react. That's what secure attachment feels like. And no, it's not as exciting as anxiety-fueled obsession. But it's real. It's solid. It lasts. And you are allowed to have that. Thanks for watching. If you're a gay man and these conversations speak to you, go ahead and hit subscribe. I post new videos every week about the things we go through: love, identity, healing, and everything in between. I'd love to have you be a part of this community. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.